Hey everyone, welcome. My name's Melinda and I am here with Creative Collections. Hello and welcome. I am so excited for tonight. As promised, I hope this is an inspirational project that you can recreate at home. I am using my wood cutouts that I created, so if you're interested, those are always available upon request. I don't have Etsy, I don't have them listed on Etsy or anything like that. So, if you're new, be sure to say hello. Let us know where you're from. I'm here in Washington State. It has been hot, but I think we're supposed to cool down tomorrow. So we're like in the 90s, and then tomorrow's supposed to be like in the 70s. So fall's coming for us, and that's why we're getting ready for fall, Halloween. Hey Denise, you're my first commenter tonight. And so I hope you enjoy tonight's project and we will get busy. Hi Connie. There you go, there's your ticket. And there it goes. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and bring you on down. Oh my goodness, isn't this going to be cute? Okay, I found the buttons in my button stash. Okay, so, but you could use any kind of buttons. Anyways, we're going to make a witch's boot. We're going to be using some tone-on-tone colors tonight. Hi, Michelle. We're also using this transfer, Boo Basics. We're going to use this transfer down here. It says Halloween. And then we're going to use the Moon Made Me Do It transfer for some pattern. Okay? So let's go ahead and get busy, shall we? How's everybody? Hope everyone has had a good day. I was busy. I was busy cutting wood, trying to get an order done. So I did that. I'm just going to put a little bit of water in my black velvet paste just to kind of, it's distilled water. Don't do that with regular tap water. Use your distilled water. There we go. Because you want it to, you know, be a little smooth. We're going to rough up some edges. We're going to use some ink. We're going to do a lot of stuff tonight. Lots of texture tonight. I'm excited about this project. I hope it comes out the way I have envisioned it. Oh, timer is set. Hi Patricia. Hey Connie. Hi Michelle. Hello, hello, hello. Connie, how are you doing? Did that infection get cleared up on your knee? We're going to be sanding some of this too. We're also using one of our new tags. I don't know if y'all saw that. We're going to use that. So we're using a lot of different things. This is going to be a really cute witch's boot. I thought about doing a craft fair, and I still have until Friday to decide if I'm going to do it or not. I think it's in October. I don't know. With back to school, it is hard. Thanks for sprinkling, Patricia. Appreciate that. I go back to work next week. Kids come back to school the week after next. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do. So we're using black velvet. We're also going to use our new paste color, Ash, tonight. and we're going to use Disco. Okay, Disco was a color of the month. So if you have it, awesome. You could use Shimmer Silver. Awesome. I mean, that would be fine. There we go. Okay. So we have a black boot. I have the buckle here. I'm not sure. I think I'm going to do it in ash. So you're all seeing my mind work. You're 4 weeks post-surgery this past Sunday, August 25th, and you're heading up to Owen Sound for your 6-week checkup. Cool. Well, hopefully everything goes well with it. Tomorrow we're heading to the beach. Aw, thanks, Patricia. I miss you guys too. You know, there's sometimes it's just, you know, life happens, you know, vacations, unexpected visitors. Sometimes, you know, things happen where you can't always be live. I try, you know, to go live a few times a week, at least 4 or 5, because weekends is very hard for me right now. And then with Matt being home, you know, we're trying to spend as much time possible with him. Grandkids, it finally hit today when the grandkids realized tomorrow's their last day with him. So they're very sad. So I won't be live tomorrow because we'll be at the beach. But I will be live on Thursday with a very special guest. So bear with her. You know, she is 6 now. You guys have been watching. For you all that have been watching me for 4 years now, Piper started talking with me when she was 2. So we'll see how well she listens. Lots of work, yes. You know, it's like learning to walk all over again, right? Okay. So we're going to take my sander. This is 80 grit. And I am going to sand. We're going to sand, sand, sand. But don't worry, you won't see much of the wood. Because we'll take some Sorry about the sanding noise. I know it hurts some people's ears. I was watching this one designer one time, and she goes, okay, I'm going to sand. And so, you know, you're prepared for it, right? She pulls out a full-blown sander, and I'm like, oh my gosh, she's really going to sand. Grab that sanding dust off, clean this up a little bit. So when I was looking at this project, I had cut the boot out, and I was looking, I was like, oh, Well, how do I want to do this? Well, you know, if you look up wooden witches' boots and all that good stuff, they're all different colors. So there's no right or wrong. I mean, you got green and purples and all kinds of stuff in there. So yeah. Well, you know, when he's home, they don't, you know, it's like they love him, you know, but they're kids too, so they are kids. Okay, so we are going to use this transfer. It's called The Moon Made Me Do It. And I'm going to use part of the spider web, okay? Not the full blown. I used this at ChalkCon. They were teaching us how to, they were teaching us, I don't want to use a whole lot of wax. I'm going to try to do it without waxing. We'll see. Okay. I'm using ash. They were teaching us to use resin. So. Then I'll just peel it up. Oh, yeah. And, you know, it doesn't matter which way you put your transfer down. I'm using it as a pattern, like for texture. Oh, isn't that cool? Okay. I might have to dry. Let's dry that a little bit. It peeled off the paint, yeah. Yeah, sometimes that will happen. Did you use, what kind of tape did you use? Did you use our placement tape or did you use like a painter's tape? I was looking online right now. Our placement tape is on sale. So I can only tell you what my price is as a designer, and a lot of you are designers, but it is on sale for designer price is 60 cents. So I'm thinking it's regular like $2, and so that's a really good deal. You might want to go check that out if y'all. Go check out the sales. I was looking at the sales. I'm like, because I have been out of the loop for a while, and so I was just kind of on tonight looking, and I'm gonna have to place an order. Michelle, you are my commenter. I will get your name just a second. Let me finish this. Hold on, people. Oh my goodness, isn't that cute? Okay. It was painter's tape. Yeah, because you want a really low tack, so the placement tape is really good. Perks price is $1. Thank you, Connie. So yeah, I'm gonna go on and buy some more placement tape because okay, what do y'all think? Isn't that cool? Yeah, definitely check out those cells and the chalk spot, which is New Surfaces. It's made out of this kind of wood, like the MDF. This is like, so what I'm using is 1/4 of an inch wood. So this would be 1/8, I think. I should have waited to sand the edges, I guess. That's okay. That's totally okay. We're just making them look old. We're just making it look old. We have these two pieces, and I think I'm going to, I pulled out some purples, but I'm not sure. Hi, Cynthia. It depends on what kind of kits for kids you're looking for. And what do I do with all my finished projects? I have bins and bins. Sometimes I used to do auctions with them in my VIP group. If you're interested in anything, it's always for sale, unless I tell you, oh, this is going in my house. And I used to do craft fairs, but I haven't done any in a while. So yeah, but it just depends on what kind of kits you're looking for kids. Like, not tomorrow night, Thursday night, Piper is going to be doing some little ghosts with bows, and I'm trying to decide whether we're going to put it on a sign, like a frame, or something. But that's what and she's 6, so I'll, have something like that going on for her. So yeah. Okay, this is disco. Ooh, my disco is not good. I may not have disco. Hold on, I think I have one more jar. I have an unopened jar. I'm going to try to revive this disco, because I'm going to use it for painting. Yeah, so you can imagine I have a ton of finished projects just laying around. So if your paste is like ever dries out a little bit, where it's not creamy, dreamy, sour cream, yogurt consistency, use distilled water and just revive it. Because our paste is water-based. So. Oh, see? Just like that. And it is beautiful. Okay. Trying to find the right paintbrushes for the right job. So this is disco. And this is a metallic paste. If you're familiar with our nominee, which is a gold metallic, when it dries, it almost looks a little embossed. There we go. Oh no! Okay. Only 2 fell out on the counter. Michelle and Connie's. You're back in. Whew. Okay. So let's go ahead and dry that. If you notice, I dry a lot in between because sometimes I'll mess it up. Sometimes I'll mess it up. Yeah. So it's like a buckle. But these buttons, look at these, are going to set this off. Isn't that cute? I'm so excited about those buttons. My daughter's mother-in-law gave me this huge bucket of antique buttons. And so I have them in these great big IKEA jars in my sewing room. So I was like scrounging for the perfect button. And so I think I found it. Okay, we're gonna set this aside for now and let's work on this. And let's not forget the witch's broom. Thanks, Denise. Yeah, so I'm like looking for the perfect buttons for this project. I will definitely be putting 2 coats of vanilla on this. So we'll put 1 coat on, dry it, and then we'll put a 2nd coat. And we'll see, we might have to put a 3rd, I don't know. I do definitely know that I want vanilla. If I wasn't live, you know what I would end up doing? I would just paint everything, walk away, and come back in an hour. But because I'm live, I can't do that. So I do, do a lot of drying in between my projects. But if it's you, I would just walk away. And y'all know I love to use our paste to paint with. Even though it's paste, so it's really not permanent on wood, it's semi-permanent, but you could always seal it. Set that aside to dry, and we're going to work on our broom. Okay. Oh, here it is. I'm like, I know I have painter's tape. You could use a cardboard to put some tape down to make it double-sided, but because I use my glass mat, I just put it like that and it's good to go. Okay, my handle is going to be Michelle. My handle's going to be brown espresso, gold leaf, and gold for oh, nice. Hi, Faye. Some glass doesn't etch. Some glass does not etch, so you have to like Dollar Tree glass does not etch. I don't want to change out my brush. So because this is a glass mat, I can put some on my table, some paste. And without having to change it out. So my broom's done. What else do I need to do? And then just take a rag or I take a baby wipe and wipe it up. And it's that simple. Okay. So we're going to set this aside to dry. Okay. When we were on vacation last week, we had stopped at Silverwood, which is a theme park in Idaho. Anyways, I got so burnt, like my whole face, the top of my head. Well, I'm peeling now, and so my head itches. I was like, oh. This wasn't quite dry. Dry it. Oh, let's change out the I'm just making it smooth so I can chalk on it. So we're going to take a stamp. Stays on. I love stays on. It's like, and we're just going to go over the edges. And then I might even give it some texture. Okay, just like that. Boom. Okay, same thing. I'm just gonna go over the edges just to give it a little aged look. Like that. So remember I told you we're going to use, it's called Boo Basics. We're using Halloween. And we are going to use this one. Like so. And grab a fuzzing cloth. We're not going to do the bat because I have a real bat. So I think what we are going to do is I'm going to place it just like that and then move the bat off. Yeah, Piper was so cute. She was in looking at all my paste. She loves looking at the colors. And, you know, her favorite color, if y'all know Piper, is the Dream Car color, which we no longer sell because it was a color of the month. I have it in ink, but I don't have it in other colors. Going to put these two transfers. So if you don't have a sink nearby, just put it on a paper towel, and I'm just going to put some. Matt's going to try to get my sink fixed before he leaves, so we'll see. I'm in, like, it is what it is. Okay, so let's go ahead and put the buckle on. And then we'll go ahead and we'll glue this cute little bat on. Oh my gosh, isn't that gonna be cute? Okay, we have a bow to make. But before we do that, I have some of this, oh, what is this stuff called? It's called Halloween Creepy Cloth. Anyways, I like to use some of it in making a bow. but oh, I already have strips. See? I'm like, do I have any strips? Cut. So again, using my ink pad, I'm just going to age this. And while I'm at it, I'm going to age this stuff. Faye! I'll get your name in there in just a second. Okay, let's go ahead and make a bow. So I have some Halloween ribbon, and I think we're going to cut it at eight inches, 9 inches. Let's cut it at 9. Isn't it cute? Yes. I got this at the, I think it's the Craft Outlet last year. They must miss me. They sent me an email saying, hey, come and check out all the new items. And you know, when I was in Montana, and I was like, the internet just was not there. So I'm like, so we're going to dovetail all of these. It's easier if you dovetail, finish your bow off before you put it all together. Trust me from experience. Okay, I gotta get your name in there before I forget. Yeah, the Witch's Boot Faye is my design. I created it. And I made an SVG. I was like, oh. So I was like, woo, this is kind of cool. So I'm learning to like create my own SVGs for the laser now. I'm like, okay, this is way too simple. Why haven't I done this before? Okay. It'll be easier to use the bow maker. So we're going to and I'm just going to layer it. Put some of this in it. Grab a it won't go in. Hold on. There we go. I just want to get a hold of it before I lift it all out. Can you tell I'm kind of like in the zone? When I get into like my project, I get very zoned out, and I apologize. I get really zoned out into creating my project. Okay, so we're gonna put our buttons on because that was the whole purpose of this. It was like, oh my goodness, aren't these cute? Cute, cute, cute. Can't forget the witch's broom. Okay, I think this is going to be one of my favorite projects that I've done in a long time. Okay, Faye, you get in again. Almost done. Almost done. Okay. There's like all these little steps to this. So we're going to make a little bow 3 times. There's one. There's 2. One more. And 3. Okay. So now time for our bow, which I think is going to go right there. Add a glue. You won your group. Hold on, let me get this on and then I'll read that comment. I thought your horseshoe tournament was at the end of the month, Labor Day weekend. Congratulations. Okay. I don't feel like the glue hasn't set up yet. But you still have tournaments up until then. Oh, I gotcha. Okay. Congratulations. Yay. I'm excited for you. Set this on here for just a moment. What do y'all think so far? Isn't this adorable? Oh, I covered. Hold on. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. There we go. It hadn't set up yet, so. Because I don't want the Halloween to cover up. That's the whole point. Isn't this cute? Oh my gosh. I am very excited about this project. Okay. Taking opening bids. Okay. That's the way it looks. I'm going to bring you all up here. So it's a leaner. It will lean up on your shelf like so. I ran out of room. You know, it's time for me to clean the craft room again and get all the stuff off. Yeah, but I know you're going to do great. Oh my gosh. Isn't this cute? And then even it's got some glitter from the ribbon on there. Okay, so let's recap. What did I do? I used a wood cutout by Creative Collections, and I painted it black using ash and the transfer, the moon something. The moon made me do it, I believe is what it's called. The moon made me do it, okay? And so I used the ash. And then we used Boo Basics for this Halloween on one of our tags. And then I just had a little 3D bat that we glued on. And then we made our bow along with the broom. Okay, this is adorable. What do y'all think? If you guys enjoyed this project and liked tonight's project, be sure to hit that heart button and share this page so others can see it. That's what I got for you guys tonight. I will be back Thursday with a special guest, Piper, so please be patient with her because you know she's going to want to do it her way and not my way. So I guess what I'm going to have to do is be patient with her. But we're going to make a really cute, I think we're going to make some ghosts. I cut out a bunch of ghosts and some leaves and stuff. Oh, you know what? I had actually pulled out this but you know what? It's not needed. I pulled this out and it's not needed, so I'm not going to use it. I'm going to put it back in my floral stash. Okay. Be sure to go check out the sales at Shopkouture/Melinda Mahoney. There's some really great deals going on. Peanuts and Autumn Lunch is Friday. I know. I'm very excited for that. And then I already saw a sneak peek of one of the transfers, and I'm like, oh, hello. So I'm like, woo. I still have a lot of transfers to get through on this last launch because I've been so busy and traveling too much. But we'll get through them all before they retire and go out of style. Okay, one last look at our adorable witch's boot. Isn't that cute? Okay, I'm gonna have to make a great big pumpkin, you know, for the great pumpkin Charlie Brown. Okay, I love this. Can y'all tell? I love this. Okay, I'm gonna get off of here, go make some dinner, and I will see you all on Thursday. So until then, y'all have a great Wednesday, and happy crafting. Good night, everyone.